What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Lauren, and I'm back for another Scandal recap for Scandal Season 3, Episode 3, Miss Smith Goes to Washington. And I was just blown away again by Shonda Rhimes and the Dream Team. You guys did it. Congrats. I love the show. It was awesome. So let's just get right into it. But before I start, what I need you to do is subscribe to my channel. Once a gladiator, always a gladiator. And like my video, and the more likes I get, the more effort I will make to make more videos for season 3. Alright, well, let's get started. Well, the episode picked off in Olivia's bedroom with Jake and her, and Jake is just laid out on top of Olivia's bed, and Liv is kind of sitting down on the floor in a corner. Now, I'm not gonna lie, how many of you thought Scott Fowley looked hot in that bed? I know I did. I mean, I know his body was all banged up and bruised, but that was kind of hot. So Scott Fowley, you kind of turned me on, I'm not gonna lie. So just wow. So I know in my last video for the season premiere, I said that I'm an OLED shipper to the day I die, and that is so true. But I can't deny, Jake's hot and he's sweet, and he has those gorgeous greenish blue eyes to match. So I mean, Scott Foley, I've loved you since Grey's Anatomy, and I love you too now, and I'm so happy that you've become a series regular on the show. So congrats to you, and I'm so happy. Next scene, Liv goes down to her office at OPA and meets up with her other gladiators, and look and behold, what's there? A new client. And those of you who watched the season premiere know that Liv really doesn't have any clients anymore due to the fact that her name was leaked and all her clients abandoned her. And Liv's name has kind of been affected by that. So the fact that a new client is in their office, everyone is all happy. Abby Harrison, Quinn, they're all happy, like, oh my god, we have a new client. So that was kind of funny. And then it's a woman, and she kind of just drops in and drops back out saying, oh, I have to go to the Capitol Hill to do something. And they look into her son. Turns out the woman's name is Mary Lawrence, and her son is Chris Lawrence. He was murdered by the FBI, and she wanted Liv to help prove her son's innocence. Moving on. Liv needs to go to Capitol Hill because Liv and the other gladiators found out that Mary she cleared out her entire bank account, and that was a little bit weird because first of all, why would you do that? And it was a little suspicious that she was going to Capitol Hill, so Liv decided to take it upon herself to go to Capitol Hill and find Mary. But there was danger ahead because it turns out Mary went to Capitol Hill, went into a congressman's office, and took hostage 9 people, including herself, Liv, and the congressman who was in charge of withholding Chris's file and the actual details of her son's murder. And then this just took Scandal to that whole new Scandal pace that can be kind of a pain sometimes to turn your subtitles on because it's kind of hard to follow. But the FBI had to get involved, and Fitz was notified, so he was brought into the war room to see what was truly going on. And then, forgive me guys, I'm trying to remember everything in order. So just for future reference, I'm just going off of memory. I didn't write anything down, so just bear with me. Anyway, Fitz isn't notified about a bomb. He's put into back into the bunker with Mellie for their safety. And then he tries to break away, because actually my favorite person in this whole episode was Mellie. Because I mean, I'm telling y'all, Bellamy Young, she's an amazing actress. Amazing actress. And it's just really incredible the way that she portrays Mellie. Because even though she's the wife, she's evil. And I love her for it because it's just crazy that, because even though most people want Liv and Fitz to be together, you can't help but want to be on Millie's team or root for her because she's the wife. And her intentions about Liv and Fitz can be so, what's the word? It's so crazy how she tries to manipulate Fitz by making him believe that he hates Olivia. But she doesn't. Because my favorite scene in that whole in the whole episode was when Fitz comes back to the White House and he finds Mellie I think in a dining room, and he finds her drunk, and then they talk, and Mellie's all, has her drunk face on, like she wants to sleep with him, this, that, and the third. It was actually kind of funny, but actually, you think, what I love about the character of Mellie is that when you think that you have her boxed into a corner, she does a complete 180 on you, and she makes you the one who's boxed in a corner. Because Liv thinks, and myself included, and probably a lot of other fans probably think that Mellie wants Liv dead, but turns out that she doesn't. It's the exact quote, if I remember correctly. She thinks that Liv is her weapon. In other words, in the ways that she put it, Liv is Fitz's flaw. Because she can use Liv to manipulate Fitz in any way that she wants to. Because we all know that Fitz would move hell, heaven, and earth to be with Liv or anything for her if she was in danger. And she knows that. So she uses Fitz's emotions for Liv to her advantage. And if the exact quote was, "Olivia is your flaw, she is the strings to make my puppet husband dance." And that was an awesome quote because that comment was actually very true in describing Fitz's love for Liv. Because if you remember, when Liv was still in the room with the congressman and Mary with the bomb stretched to her, and he gave, at the time he didn't know that Liv was in the room, so to protect Mary from being shot by the FBI, Liv pushes Mary out the way. And then when Fitz sees Liv on the monitor and that she's in the room with Mary and the bomb, he calls off the hit because, that's just Fitz. If anything endangers Liv's life, he will pretty much do anything for her. And we all know that. So it's just pretty crazy how much this man loves her. And I'm pretty sure that any other girl would love a relationship like that. They would want a love that they want a man who would fight for her, who would love her endlessly, and who would do anything for her. And I don't know about you guys, but I personally want a man who loves me as much as Fitz loves Liv. Because let's be honest, the man loves him some Olivia. And honestly, I can't blame them. Because Olivia, she is just bad. She is the fixer that she is, the glitter that she is. She's just amazing. And I love Kerry Washington. You play her brilliantly. And Tony Goldwyn, you guys all do great at ABC again. Apart from the scene with Mellie and Fitz in the dining room, one part that I really liked was when we actually found the truth about Chris Lawrence's murder. And what actually turned out to be the truth was Chris wasn't a terrorist. He was actually an innocent man, an American hero, and he worked for the CIA. But unfortunately, the FBI did not know that, and they didn't know where Chris's true allegiance allegiances lie and what his true loyalties were. So in the end, he was killed because he thought he was, the FBI thought he was the enemy. And that was really, really sad. I mean, one, that was horrible on the FBI's part. And two, in the episode a little bit earlier, it's revealed that the U.S. government had a tape of Chris in like a full garment of a terrorist, the gun, the I don't know what you call it, so don't get offended, but he had the whole head wrap, the garments, the gun, looking like a terrorist in the videos. But it turns out that he was actually in disguised as a terrorist. He wasn't really a terrorist, but that's who he was as the disguise. But anyway, so when Fitz and Cyrus and David all went into the Oval Room together and called her to tell her about this, Fitz told her that unfortunately Chris's mom can never know the truth about her son's innocence, because if that did come to light, what would happen is 57 other U.S. spies whose names are in secret and who are betraying the disguise of U.S. enemies, they will be revealed as U.S. spies, and in the result they would be tortured and later on killed, and all the information that they found out would be null and void. Oh, before I conclude this video with the last scene between Jake and Olivia, I have to mention that the fashion in last night's episode gave me so much life. I mean, the fashion was just crazy. That jacket Liv had on at the beginning of the episode, I looked it up and it was a DKNY jacket. Kind of like it was gray with a little bit of purple. It was just, oh my god, it was amazing. I would do anything for that jacket. Well, not anything, but you guys get the point. I can believe one day I will get that jacket, right? The trench coat that Harrison had on, I mean, Columbus Short, you were wearing that trench jacket. I mean, it was just, you looked hot in that jacket. And one person who I really like their style this season is Abby. I mean, her hairstyle is like curled up a little bit better, and like she got makeup on, and like her wardrobe choices look amazing. I mean, it just looks great. So shout out to the people who are in charge of wardrobe at ABC. You guys are doing great for Scandal. I mean, everybody looks on point with their clothes, so that's up to you guys. I'm gonna conclude this video with the last scene between Jake and Liv. After all is said and done at Capitol Hill, Liv is tired. She comes back to her apartment, and Jake is there waiting for her. And I gotta admit, like I said, I'm an old shipper to the day I die, but given how much that I love Scott Foley, I'll give a pass, because I like Jake. He's sweet as of now, because in the last season he was revealed to be spying on Liv, and I didn't appreciate that, but I'm willing to look it over considering the fact that he saved Liv's life twice. But anyway, he's there waiting for her. She gets back and Liv is very confused, and she wants answered. Why is Jake still there? Because apparently we found out in the last episode, in episode 2, that Liv's dad is the head of B613. He trains killers, and he doesn't just let anybody out, because as we know, Huck is also a part of B613. And Liv is trying to like, why are you here? Why are you here? Nobody just gets out of B613. My dad is a man who is in control, and he just doesn't let anybody go for any reason. Liz knows that personally because she knows what kind of person her dad is. And Liv's dad is one piece of work. I mean, it's just crazy of how much control he has over her, but not just her, but people around her, Jake included. And then the phone rings, but Liv ignores the phones. It's her dad and Fitz calling her. She takes the Jake tries to explain to her that he doesn't know why Liv's dad released him. He doesn't know. He said that her guess is as good as his. Like I said, Jake and Liv sitting on the couch together, and Jake, being sweet, mentioned that the reason he was still alive because he was thinking about Olivia while he was in the hole being tortured by Liv's dad. And I thought that was very, very, very cute. Jake is cute. Like I said, I can't help but like Jake. As of now, I think he's a good guy. But I think later on, as the season progresses, we're gonna find something about him, and that's gonna affect Liv and Jake's relationship. But I like where Shonda is going with their relationship, because actually I don't mind if Jake and Liv get together for a while. Because I mean, come on, people. We all know that Liv and Fitz are gonna be together. They're in game, and for Shonda to keep the series going, she can't have Fitz and Liv together 24/7. I mean, first of all, that would drag out their story, and most people probably get sick of seeing them together. So I think that Liv and Fitz will always have a push and pull between them, and like an ongoing "I love you, I hate you, we're happy, we're miserable" type of relationship, and that's to be expected. Because if you know anything about Shonda, she loves to drag out her love stories. I mean, perfect example, Grey's Anatomy, Meredith and Derek. The first 3 seasons, they were a constant makeup, breakup, on and off again type couple. And they didn't really get married until, I think, season 6, I think. So now they're happy and they got kids, but like the first 3 seasons, I mean, there was Addison, and then there was Rose. So, I mean, so I know a lot of the older shipper are getting getting angst, saying like, well, why aren't Liv and Fitz together? That's why, guys. So just hang tight and just enjoy the ride. So that's why I'm really enjoying the season. And of course, I have to mention, I can't believe I almost forgot about him, but my favorite character is Huck. I love Huck. He is so badass. I mean, he scares me, and yet I want to give him a hug at the same time. With those eyes of his. Guillermo Diaz, you're great. I mean, I love you so much, more than you know. But I didn't appreciate you choking Liv in the last episode. I didn't appreciate that, but I'll give you a pass considering that Liv hid the truth from you, and the person who tortured you and tore you away from your wife and your baby son was Liv's dad. So I'll give you a pass on that, but don't you ever do that again.